Hello everybody! A couple weeks ago I told you all how to write romantic chemistry, and this week we're talking about platonic chemistry. I'm gonna tell you all how to write a believable, solid friendship. Now, as one might expect, writing chemistry between friends has many similarities to writing chemistry between romantic partners, minus all the face sucking. Most of the time. The characters have to be balanced, they gotta like one another, they gotta work as a team. So my advice on how to write friendships is on top of the advice I already gave in my romantic chemistry vlog. If you haven't watched it yet, I've got the link listed below. Friendships in some ways can be harder to write than romance. A lot of writers will mask a weak romance with lots of kissing and lots of sex, and some readers might fall for it. But you can't do that with a friendship, especially if the characters happen to be related. So here are my tips on how to write a compelling friendship with great chemistry. Number 1, for new friendships, establish trust. Sometimes we write characters who have been friends their whole lives, way before the story even starts. Other times we introduce two characters within the course of a novel and turn them into besties. That sort of connection doesn't happen overnight. At least not the kind readers are gonna relate to. If you want to turn two strangers into friends, you have to create a situation where they're required to trust one another, and that trust pays off. Maybe the character helps the protagonist with a school project when the rest of his assigned group bails. Because group projects are the devil. Or maybe the character saves the protagonist's life. You know, normal everyday shit. This event may not make the characters inseparable, but it will at least begin to solidify a bond between them. Building trust is such a vital part of creating chemistry, but also in getting the reader invested in their friendship. Once this random character proves themselves trustworthy, the reader's gonna be thinking, I like this guy. I want them to be friends. Number 2, make the friend more than a sidekick. Look, I know your protagonist is the hero of the story, but that doesn't mean they gotta outshine their friends in all things. It's not believable for the MC to be the best at everything, and the friend's just standing there marveling at how wonderful they are. The MC's rocking the ripped Batman suit complete with hard man nipples, and the friend is stuck wearing the dumb Robin Speedo. No one wants to be Robin. No one. Let me ask you this. Why does a friend have to be second best at everything? Is it really necessary for the MC to be stronger, smarter, and hotter? Why can't they each have their own strengths? Why can't the MC be the strong one and the friend is the pretty one? The MC is the risk taker and the friend is the voice of reason. Additionally, the MC and their friend don't have to agree on everything. If you want to make the friendship believable, that means they're each going to have their own opinions, and sometimes they're gonna fight about them. You don't want the friend coming off as a yes man who just blindly agrees with whatever the protagonist says. That's not a friend. That's a skin coat. Number 3, give the friend a life outside of the protagonist. Any friend character you write likely wants to be involved in the plot and help the MC, but that doesn't mean their world needs to revolve around them. Obviously, if you're telling the MC's story, that means you're probably not going to showcase the trivial details of their friends' lives. But it should be clear to the reader that the friend has a life, or hobbies, or hell, a family. A lot of aspiring writers forget to keep the friend's life consistent. They need them following the MC wherever they go and joining them on all their adventures. But if this character is a 16-year-old high school student, that means they probably have parents, chores, homework, a curfew. What happened to all that shit? So take the time to really build this character and make them a whole person, not just a friend. Give them a history, hardships, passions, a love life. It's okay if these things don't get a spotlight in the novel, but it needs to be clear that they exist. Otherwise, this character is just gonna seem like a shell of a person who lives exclusively for the benefit of your MC. Number 4, showcase their brand of affection. Friends may not be affectionate the way lovers are, unless they're friends with benefits. But that doesn't mean they don't have their own brand of affection. We all express affection in different ways, and any pairing you write needs to show their fondness in a way that makes sense based on the characters' personalities. For example, I am not a verbally affectionate person. Some people tell their friends that they love them. They gush about how much they mean to them all the time. That makes me uncomfortable. I'm a cyborg after all. Instead, I express affection through favors and random acts of kindness and generosity. Some friends are physically close. They hug a lot. They hold hands. Some friends give each other nicknames. And some friends do nothing but talk trash to one another. Fuckface is a term of endearment, I swear. Figure out how your characters express affection and understand that the affection is going to be expressed differently with different friends. Maybe your character has a very cuddly relationship with one friend, and more of an intellectual connection with the other. Analyze the characters, figure out where their connection lies, and create their brand of affection accordingly. And number 5, make the friendship mutually beneficial. It's usually clear why the protagonist likes the best friend, because quite often the friend's job is to support them during whatever problem has instigated the plot of the novel. But you still gotta make it clear why the best friend likes the protagonist. If you're writing a story with a low-stakes plot, then this is pretty easy to achieve. Just show the MC being there for their friend, giving advice, participating in their hobbies. But if the plot is high stakes and dangerous, this can be a bit harder to do because you probably don't have a ton of page time to show the MC reciprocating all the support they're receiving. That doesn't mean they can't still be a good friend. They can be kind and appreciative. They can show care and concern. Because if your friend is risking their safety simply for your own benefit, you should be pretty damn thankful. Which brings me to my next point. If this character is really extending themselves on the MC's behalf, you need to clearly illustrate their connection and closeness. Why is this person breaking their back for the protagonist? Maybe the MC has been there for them in similar situations, or maybe they're not just friends, maybe they're more like family. Bottom line is, this friendship needs to work for both parties. There needs to be a mutual love and support there. And if it doesn't look this way, their chemistry isn't gonna be believable. So that's all I got for you today. Writing platonic relationships is a whole lot like writing romantic relationships, just without all the nudity. Establish trust and affection between your characters. Make sure they're both whole, complex human beings. And above all else, make sure the friendship makes sense. Both people are getting some kind of joy out of this relationship. With that said, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I post new videos on Wednesdays. Eve the Awakening is still available in ebook and paperback on Amazon right now. You can also order a signed copy. All the links are listed below. And if you have any questions or if there's something you'd like me to talk about in my next video, be sure to tweet me at Jenna Moreci. Bye!